What's going on YouTube? We're back here with another video on KO09, man. We're going to be doing a Heidmarie guide. So we're going to be talking about everything you need to know, how she works, cards, best epiphanies, best partners, best team comps, save data you could aim for. Obviously we're probably going to be talking about that while we talk about the epiphanies, potential priorities, best memory fragments, and should you go for dupes, and how good her dupes are. So hope this video helps you guys out. Hope you guys enjoy it. Like, subscribe right now up, and let's get into it. Okay, so getting into how Heidmarie works, obviously there's gonna be 2 to 3 things you really want to know and understand about her kit, and that's gonna be the linked cards. As you guys can see, these blue lines that are linking to each other, that's the link effect. And another thing you want to also understand about her is the quietus. So quietus are cards that are, if they're discarded, they will still trigger. And the third thing you definitely want to know about her kit is the way how effulgent compression works. So as you guys can see here, there's no cost or anything, it's unique, it's a link card, and it has retrieve on it. So when moved to graveyard, 1 effulgent light, and you're gonna be able to see the effulgent light up here. So what you really want to do is get 3 effulgent lights. So once all 3 of these are lit up, that card is going to, okay, that's probably not the best place to go, but that card is going to change into a different card, which is going to be effulgent release. And this is going to be able to do a lot of damage, and as you can see, it's going to exhaust all your effulgent blades in graveyard, then plus 100% damage amount for each exhausted at the end of turn. Change this card into effulgent compression. So that's why there is like a little nuke build for her that you can do, where you just try to put a bunch of effulgent blades in your graveyard, then trigger this. But yeah, that's one of the things you do want to know about her kit, or the 3 things you want to know about her kit. So here we will just quickly play the first turn just so you guys can see how she works. So what I'm gonna try to do here is get a lot more of her cards so we could do a big link attack. As you guys can see, we're getting more, and because this card has attunement, every time we get the card, when it gets drawn into our hand, we're gonna get 2 effulgent blades. So that's how I'm getting the effulgent blades right now. That's how I have 4 of them, because 2 from this one, 2 from that one. Attunement just basically means when you draw it into your hand, you're gonna get it's gonna create whatever it's gonna create. And as you can see here, we got another 2 effulgent blades that we could create, but we might have too many cards. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So we already have 10 cards. If I was to use this, we would miss out on 1. So what I'm going to do is play this and then use this. Now we're gonna get 2 more effulgent blades, and as you can see, our hand is stacking up pretty much. So then I'm gonna use this one over here and see if we could get 1 more of her card. I mean, this technically does count. So what we're gonna do here right now is basically trigger all these linked cards. Okay, maybe we could test something here. It says select 1 card, additional cards to play. We can see if it's gonna trigger all of them. Okay, it doesn't, which is fair enough. But now you're gonna see all of these trigger at the same time. So yeah, whole bunch of attacks. Holy, that damage was actually kind of insane. Okay, nice. And you see how it's linking with other cards? Yeah, because that's what the draw quietus card just did. As we're gonna go ahead and see it, draw 3, apply link to 1 cost or lower cards in hand for this turn. So it's not just for her, it's just all the cards you get in hand. And honestly, it would be nice if it didn't link with these ones, because I would love to get that 1 AP so we could actually utilize this one, but it is what it is. And yeah, we're just gonna do another attack, and it's obviously going to use all those cards because it was linked to it. And yeah, I mean, we almost one-turned it, but I just wanted to give you guys an understanding of her gameplay and the way how the link cards work and how the quietus cards work, the effulgent blades. Obviously, it being 1 turn, you guys didn't get to totally understand or see the way how one of the other cards work, which is this one. But yeah, it's pretty simple. Once you get the pre-effulgent lights, you're going to be able to use this card, and it costs 0. And you're going to be able to do a decent amount of damage. Now we're going to get into her cards and, you know, kind of the save data you want to go for, because I do think there are various builds, so I just don't want to give you guys one. But obviously typically you're going to get rid of the 3 basic cards, and you can keep all the rest. Well, you should, but I have seen some people remove this card, which I was surprised, because it's like draw 3. That's a lot of draw, but it does allow you to make your deck smaller. So if you do want to get a copy of whatever it is, a Effulgent Expansion or the Sword Rain, it gives you more chances because you're getting rid of this card. So it does make sense why people do that, but I think it's a nice card to have. So we have Sword Rain, which does give Effulgent Blades, which is always going to be nice. There's ones where you could literally activate Effulgent Blades that are in your graveyard, and ones that could create as well, and apply Retrieve to those too. So this one does sound like it could be pretty nice as well. So yeah, you know, but it creates 2. The Retrieve could be nice. To be fair, which ones are the best? I think the first one's really good. I like this one as well, the 4th one. And I can see the 3rd one working in certain save data, and this could also be nice, but it's not really needed. And the 2nd one, add 1 hit for each Effulgent Blade in hand. One I would go for, but I can see this doing a crap ton of damage, because that's multiple hits. If you're able to draw the right way and get a whole bunch of Effulgent Blades, yeah, I mean, you know, if you have like 8 and this is doing, you know, 212% times 8, that's still gonna be a crap ton of damage, and that's a lot of hits as well. And you gotta think about it, this doesn't have linked, so you could literally trigger this on its own, do a whole bunch of hits, then use one of the link cards to trigger all the link cards and do a whole bunch of hits from that. So maybe this one wouldn't be too bad as well. You know, I'm definitely gonna test this, because after reading it, I am sitting here like, hold up, this can go crazy, you know. But this might be one, like, if you was to copy Sword Rain a bunch, you know, maybe, you know, you copy Sword Rain like 3 times, then on the 4th one, or well, not on the 4th one, but on one of the cards, when you max copy Sword Rain, maybe you try to Epiphany it into this one, like one of them, and I could see that working really nicely. Draw to all, where most of them are going to draw for you. This one's only going to draw 2, but it's going to apply link to all attack cards in hand, which could be pretty nice. You got this one where it says select 1 card from either draw pile or discard pile, then apply link to that card and move to hand. Then you have the middle one where it has haste. You draw 1, but you apply link to quietest cards in hand. All of them are actually pretty nice, okay, because they all could work in a certain way. So I think the first 2 are going to be the most popular ones, especially the 2nd one as well. The first one's nice, but it does have link to it, but yeah, it still could work, of course. And this one could be nice just to do it separately if you want. Then this one could also be really nice if you have a lot of Diana cards in hand. This one could be really nice. And well, I don't know, I feel like you'll mostly skip out on this one. And this one, draw 2 attack cards of this unit, apply linked to all attack cards. Probably not needed, because your attack cards are probably going to have link on them already. So I'll say the first 3 are probably what you're going to be looking for. The first 2 probably going to be the most popular ones. The 3rd one probably being a bit more team dependent. Then moving on to Thread of Light. This one's going to be pretty nice. I've seen a lot of people go with this one if this card is in hand or graveyard, plus 80% damage amount to link cards, which makes sense. That buff is always going to be nice. This one's not too bad as well, plus 100% damage for each link card in hand. This one is one I personally use. I just like it because it does some nice numbers. So yeah, I'm gonna just be completely honest. But you know, maybe the 3rd one is definitely best to go with, just because you got that extra damage increase from it. But I really do like the 2nd one personally. Then we have Effulgent Expansion. This is probably going to be the one where you see a lot of copies on. This one's probably the one to go for. So I think a lot of them are actually pretty good. This one's pretty nice because it creates 2 Effulgent Blades, right? Then it gives you plus 70% damage to Effulgent Blade for 1 turn. And I'm guessing that's going to be for all Effulgent Blades you use in that turn. So that's why this one could be pretty nice. This one's plus 200% damage amount to the next 2 Effulgent Blades. So it does work out a bit differently. But let's just say if you did have 4 of these, like you max copied it, then at least 2, 4, 6, 8 of those will have that additional bonus to it. And I do apologize for talking about, you know, the game when the game closed, but the game just keeps closing for some reason. It's not my PC or anything. I'm pretty sure 100% it's the game. It just keeps closing randomly. I don't know why. It's been pretty annoying, but yeah. So yeah, that's why this one could also, you know, work well, if we're being honest. Then this one's also insane as well, because it create a Fulgent Blade for each linked card in hand, and this has linked on it. But if you're wondering if it might not work out, it does. So once you have all the link cards in your hand, you want to use this one to trigger it, and it will trigger all the link cards first. Then you will create all the Fulgent Blades for each link card. So if you're like, damn, I got 9 link cards already, if I do this, I'm just gonna miss out on all the extra 8, you know. But you could use this to trigger all your link cards, and then you'll get all your created Fulgent Blades after. So yeah, this one works perfectly fine. This one's pretty good as well. Create 6 Fulgent Blades in discard pile. So if you want to make a nuke build for her, this might be the one to go for, because what you're basically going to do is have a very small deck, and basically you want to copy this as much as possible and create as much Fulgent Blades in your discard pile to be able to nuke with the Effulgent Compression / Effulgent Release card, because the Effulgent Release card damage goes up for each Effulgent Blade that's in graveyard by 100%, you know. So that's how you make a nuke build. And this one, at the start of turn, create 2 Effulgent Blades plus 50% damage to Effulgent Blade. This one, if it didn't have unique and you was able to just copy it, I think this one would be pretty nice, because you're just gonna be able to create so much at the start of your turn. But you could always draw into it. But yeah, honestly, I could see all 4 being used, because if you have 4 copies of this, then you're getting plus 200 on so many of the cards. This one, if you could see yourself going for a lot of turns and you just want to have that damage increase to all your Fulgent Blades for 1 turn, it's gonna be amazing as well. This one's gonna be, this one you might see a lot of people do like 3 copies of this, then, you know, do the Epiphany change for this one, so they have 1 card of this. And if you're making a nuke build, you're definitely going to be going for this one if you want to do that specific nuke build. Then you have the Effulgent Compression, which obviously changes into a Effulgent Release, and all the Effulgent Blades you have in your graveyard is going to increase the damage of this Effulgent Release for you to do a big hit. Then we have an ego skill for all the cards that are discarded. You're going to increase your damage, and yeah, she probably has the hardest hitting ego skill in the game by far. And to partners, what are the best partners for her? What are other partners you could use? So yeah, Sylvia is best in slot, of course, and I 100% recommend going for her actual partner, because her partner is insane. It gives her crazy attack increase. It gives her Zephyr as well, which boosts her critical damage, which is insane. And she gets a passion damage attack, and her EP ego skill only costs 2. You can select up to 2 cards in hand to apply link to them, and she gets another critical damage bonus from it. So you're talking about 30% critical damage, and that's not from gear or anything. So yes, this partner is freaking insane, because at minimum you're gonna have 200% crit damage. Once you get your good gear, you might be talking 220, 230 critical damage, which is gonna be insanely high as well. So yeah, you know, and you partner that up with other characters that could give you increased crit damage from their potentials, like a Typhera. Yeah, man. You know, you might see some crazy builds with a 250% critical damage. You know, you never know. But yeah, 100% worth going for this partner. If you want to use other ones, it's probably going to be very basic, but you have this Rosaria one that you do get for free. As you can see, it is a lower rarity, so you're going to easily get dupes, so that attack percentage you're going to be able to make up by the 16%, of course. But here it says increased damage amount of the assigned combatant's extra attacks, which she does do by 20%, which is a very a lot. So you know, it's definitely going to work on Heidmarie. And when the assigned combatant uses an upgrade or skill card, which she does use a fair amount of skill cards, so you might have a good chance to get the morale. And this, even though she probably not going to have no upgrade cards, you are going to be able to draw 1 card, which is always going to be nice. Then this one here, you got the increase her attack as well. You should be able to max dupe it. Increase the extra attacks as well, same as Rosario. But this one, when the assigned combatant draws for the first time each turn, gain an ability, when using an ability, has 40% chance of morale, which is always going to be nice. And the EP skill also gives morale, so because you are going to take a lot of turns, I mean, you are going to be able to use a lot of cards in a turn if you have your team comp right. That 2 extra morale could come in clutch for extra damage, so a very, very good one. I would probably use this one over the Rosario one, even though it has a less % chance of getting morale. You do have a guaranteed morale with the EP skill, and it only costs 2. And well, you are gonna be able to draw as well, because she literally has a card that draws. So yeah, hopefully that 40% just triggers. So yeah, those are the partners you could go for. Next up, we're gonna get into potentials. You just want to level them up normally. Then you obviously want to take this to 10. You want to take these to 5, of course. You obviously want to get hair, so you could get a bigger chance to get the divine epiphany. So you know, you could get the better epiphanies. And you obviously want to level this up, because if Heidemarie's attack is greater than 600, plus 5% passion attribute damage, and for every 20 attack above 600, add an additional plus 2%. So yeah, so obviously with that potential, all you really want to do is get to 800 attack, I believe. Greater than 600, plus 5% damage, passion attribute damage amount, and for every 20 attack above 600, add additional 2% up to an additional 10%. So yeah, you just want to get to 800, which you should probably be able to get to. Even I was able to get to it, and I don't exactly have the best memory fragments. So now we're gonna get into memory fragments though. So you want to go for the new one called Prelude to a Hero 4 set. When a passion or void attribute attack card of this unit is discarded, plus 15% critical chance for 1 turn, max 15%, but you can get a max of 2 stacks. And what the 2 stacks is the 15% critical chance. So let's say you have 2 stacks, it means it's going to stay for 2 turns. It doesn't mean you're going to get your critical chance up to 30%. No, it just means that you're going to have the 15% chance for 2 turns. Then you want to go for the 2 set critical damage. She's just able to get a whole bunch of crit chance critical damage, and you know, it's just the best to go for when you're, you know, when you want to do a lot of damage. So yeah, this is the best sets to go for, in my opinion. Obviously, because she's able to get a lot of passion, you know, you might wonder, should you go attack or passion damage? I still went passion damage, but I do want to get an attack piece and see the difference personally. So that's something I'm gonna try to see as well. But yeah, you could just go for passion, obviously crit chance here, and obviously attack here. And with the substats, you do want to try to get as much attack as possible, because the attack's always good. But obviously you also want to get the crit chance and crit damage, and you also want to get the extra damage as well. So I would say overall the goal is always probably to try to get to 60% critical chance. As you can see, I'm 4% off, so I could do with some better gear personally. So yeah, but it's just because I wanted to get the extra damage. That's why I got this low piece, because I do have a piece that gives a lot more critical chance. Like I could use this one here. I don't know if, like, I have a 7.1% one there as well, so I can get to the 60%. But you know, extra damage is also important too. But yeah, what are the main ones? I'll say critical chance, then I'll say extra damage and critical damage, probably leveled at the same as well. Plus, you know, you could probably say extra attack, because you're gonna get critical damage from so many places anyways. You should be able to hit the 200%, even if it's not like right here, because if you have a partner, then you're definitely hitting over 200%. But yeah, if you don't have this set, you could go for 2 set critical damage, 2 set attack, you know. Then, you know, the other 2 sets pieces could be just whatever has the best substats. Second to the last thing we're going to talk about before we get into team comps is her dupes. And I don't need to go over them individually, just know they are very, 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 very good. Okay, so if you do want to go for dupes for her, which does make sense because she is a limited unit, she's already broken, then with her additional dupes, she's just going to be even more broken. So yeah, if you want to go for dupes, definitely valid. I would never ever say go for dupes on other characters. I would only say they're worth going for on the limited units, because the increase to their damage or whatever they do is going to be insane. Plus, you could also use your Omega code. So as you can see, I got 5 dupes, but I still do have a Mega code, so I can max dupe her, and I'm gonna do that eventually. But yeah, 100% worth going for if you want to go for it. If you have the crystals for it, if you want to go for it, yes, you could. And it doesn't matter where you want to stop, they're all good. So if you want to stop at E1, valid. If you want to stop at E2, that's good. E3, fair enough. E4, yes, you know. If you get to E4 and you can't get 2 dupes, I wouldn't say go for it. You know, you could just stop at E4. But if you know you can get 2 dupes, then yeah, I'll say definitely go for E6 if you can. But yeah, 100% worth going for it if you want to. And yes, they are really good. Now we're gonna get into team comps. Now it's not gonna be no surprise that Diana and Nia is gonna be a very the best team comp for her. Yes, the best, because Nia is gonna be able to discard cards. She's got Quietus and she could also discard cards as well, which is gonna allow her to do so much damage as well. And she's also able to discard her cards as well, draw as well, and she could do a whole bunch of extra attacks. They both can, you know, and you know, you could probably find a way to link her cards to Diana's cards to trigger them too, and you know, just do a crap ton of damage as well. So yeah, amazing team comp. Both of those characters work really well with her. Typhera could probably work well with her because Typhera is just one of those universal units. Naja obviously could probably work with her. Honestly, Sereno and Heidmarie can work together. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't be able to work together, since they both you know, do a lot of damage. Plus they yeah, to be fair, would you have too many cards in your hand? I mean, they'll just kill stuff, honestly. Like, once her lasers run out, if you're able to draw into Heidmarie, then boom. Once you draw Heidemarie's link cards and you could draw more extra that, you could draw into Sereno's cards and just do a crap ton of damage. So I don't see why they couldn't work. You know, they would just melt stuff so quick. Veronica obviously will work with her. Hugo will definitely work with her. Who else? Renoa could obviously work with her because of her discard mechanics. Ray would also be really good. Obviously, actually, would Selena work? Selena would work with her, right? For one time when an attack card of another combatant is used. Okay, I need to see if this works with the way how Heidmarie works. Like, because Heidmarie just has to trigger one of the link cards and it will trigger all the link cards. So I do wonder if Selena will hit for all the other link cards. So that's something I would have to test, but I wouldn't be surprised if Selena does work with her. Obviously, Mika would work with her nicely. Wouldn't be surprised if Olea does. I haven't got her leveled up, so I can't see yet. Cassius will probably be amazing with her too. And yeah, that's a lot of characters already. You know, and to be fair, you don't need another DPS with Heidmarie. Like, she's going to do enough DPS by herself. You don't need another DPS unit. So you can literally just give her someone that draws, discards, or heals and gives AP, whatever. And you're pretty much going to be good. But yeah, that's probably going to be it for the guide. I felt like we went over everything you need to know. We talked about her playstyle. We talked about her cards, the best cards to go for, ones you could copy, the save day you could go for. We talked about partners, we talked about potentials, memory fragments, we talked about her dupes, even though we didn't really need to get into detail with them because they're so freaking good. And you know, we did the team comps too. I don't think there's anything else to really go into, right? So yeah, that's going to be it for the guide. Hope this video helped you guys out. If you still have more questions about Heidmarie, let me know in the comments down below and I'll get back to you. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one of CZN. I'm out.